The only one I didn't have on my list.
Thank you. I guess I should have made myself better known. The board and the superintendent do not comment on Adriana Salazar's Teamster address to the board, but I think that I can, and I thought that she brought her issues to the board in a proper, respectful way, and I know that students watch this board and they watch this horseshoe, and adults bring students here to speak to the board, and we need to model, like Ms. Salazar did, proper etiquette and behavior to the board members, the superintendent, and it starts with the adults. Additionally, I took notes because Ms. Salazar was speaking, and Teamsters and CSCA, Adriana and Letitia Fox run our Health Benefits Committee, and they do a great job managing the healthcare budget, and we seek their advice and we follow them. They are the good leaders that they are. Additionally, a couple of weeks ago, the director from the Labor Community Strategy Center, Mr. Mann, came here, and I'm a fan. I from afar. One of the things he spoke about was that the police are organizers, and in light of all the things that are happening on and around our campuses, we are going to organize our way back into the community. And we are not organizers. I like the way he said organizers. I appreciate the accent. I like it. We are not organizers. We're mobile problem solvers, mobile lifesavers. And I didn't want to speak publicly. I had no plans on speaking publicly. But when sister labor unions, labor partners come up and speak, I feel compelled to speak as well. We had a unfortunate stabbing in front of one of our schools, and our officers respond and put three tourniquets on the individuals. Our detectives went to the hospital, and the doctors assured them that without the tourniquets, our individuals would not have done well. And then LAPD took it over and called it a cutting incident, which would imply that an individual cut themselves. Let's not play games. The choice of words was very interesting. I'll leave the details out of that. This morning, when I was speaking at the MET, the mental health evaluation roll call this morning, with clinicians and school police officers, a call came out over the radio that there was no students involved, a shooting right across the street from elementary school. One of our officers was doing safe passage there and found the individual that was shot and applied a tourniquet. And once again, life-saving work that we never talk about because of the details of it. At this Beaudry building during the SEIU strike, an electrician was working on the second floor, electrocuted himself doing his job. Our SSOs, school safety officers, received a call and went looking for him. Our sergeant at the end of this room responded with officers who were in our front lobby right now as we speak. They responded, got an AED. The individual was not breathing. He did not have a pulse. And they performed AED, the machine, to shock the individual, and CPR. And the 7 minutes later, 7 minutes after this happened, paramedics arrived. And by the time paramedics got here, they said that the individual was breathing and had a pulse. Later on that night, the Los Angeles City Fire Department battalion chief called our dispatch center and said, if it wasn't for the work of LASPD personnel, this individual would not be alive. So life-saving work over and over and over again. If we're going to have a police magnet, I'd prefer for it to be I'm sorry, I was taking notes, a first responder school. Let's not dilly-dally around and just teach them police work. Let's teach them CPR, first aid. Let's get them on the path to EMT. Let's get our EMTs maybe assigned to our school district So the frustration that I have is there are so many avenues we can go to. Once again, if you want to go to a 4-year university and do great things in this life, there are other academic counselors. If you want to take a different path because maybe traditional 4-year university is it's not time for you right now, or your brain hasn't grown into it like a lot of us, look into the trades, look into the first responders, police, fire, electrical. There are great careers out there that if we just introduced them to these kids at 17 and 18 years old, it would give them some sort of hope, and maybe they wouldn't go around hurting each other. Thank you.